In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at every single secret Easter egg in the original Bloxburg map before it gets completely destroyed by a meteor tomorrow. Hey glossettes, welcome back. How are you guys doing today? Now in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at every single Easter egg that's ever been in the original Bloxburg map, including ones that are currently in the game and ones that have been removed or are like seasonal little Easter eggs, because we do have a few of those. Now I'm filming this on the last day of the original map. Tomorrow, that giant meteor is going to crush... Wait, has that got bigger? Why does that look so huge? Anyways, tomorrow, the giant meteor is going to crush the existing map and we are going to have the meteor event and map revamp. So we only have one more day left to take a look at these Easter eggs. But before we get into it, if you would like to take a final tour around the map and you want to make sure that you don't miss a thing, I do actually have a video up that has a bunch of checklists, including everything that you can do in the current map so you can say a proper goodbye. And then I also have a second video that goes over the entire history of the original Bloxburg map from 2016 to 2025 and also has a very sad farewell at the end of that too, so I do recommend looking at those. However, we are going to get into it and we are going to take a look at every single Easter egg or secret area that is in the original map, as well as some removed ones. Now I am at Town Hall because this is where we are going to be starting, and the first Easter egg is actually brand new and is on this table here, and it's very much hidden in plain sight, and that is the elf sitting here. This is a little Easter egg to the elf hunt, obviously, which is an event that happens every single year in Bloxburg in December, where we obviously find an elf every day. So they added one of these, which I was so excited for. If you know me, I love the elf hunt. So this is kind of Easter egg number one, I'd say, but the second one is actually in the town hall. So if you go in the town hall and you go all the way back to these doors, we do actually have some secret text, and this is, if you look through the door, you can see this writing on the wall back there, which says Dom was here. Now this was actually new from last year, so this is a fairly new Easter egg. However, we don't actually know who Dom is. They never gave us any more context. We thought it would kind of be like this big lore event, but no, nothing ever happened. We just have this here for no reason, and the developers never told us why, but that is kind of Easter egg number two. The next up, we actually have two Easter eggs in the Bloxburg Theatre. One of these is still in the game, and one of these was actually seasonal and was removed, which is the one we are going to start with. So last year when we had the PNDA movie premiere event, there was actually an Easter egg in the tree, which was some binoculars looking down at the celebrities kind of at the event, which was very sneaky and not many people noticed. So that is an example of an Easter egg that has actually been removed and was kind of only there for like a month or so. However, the second Easter egg and the one still in the game is actually around the back of the theatre in the attic. So what you want to do is you want to go through all of these doors to the very back outside, and then you will see this ladder, and if you climb up this all the way to the top, you go around here, there is another ladder. I cannot take anything seriously with that giant meteor there, but if you climb up here and you go into this back room, as you can see, we have a sign that says Beat Nightclub, and this is an Easter egg that is actually a tribute to the Beat Nightclub that used to be here. They used to stand in the place of the theatre before this was added in December, which is a very sweet little kind of Easter egg. I really like this one. It's also a very sneaky area to hide it too, so that is the next one on the list. But if we hop back down here, we have, I think, one more in kind of like the town area, and where this is you want to go over to Bloxburgers, and this was actually added kind of when they updated this 2 years ago. What we're going to do is we are going to go in the back room here, and if you go into the freezer, you will see on the back of one of the cardboard boxes a little post-it note that says Hey Bloxburgers, which is a really cute little Easter egg, just a little hi, which honestly I completely forgot about until I was kind of writing things down for this video. And that's kind of all of the Easter eggs we have in the town here. I think I'm really hoping I'm not forgetting anything. The last kind of detail in the town area that could kind of be an Easter egg is actually the street signs. So if you look on these street signs, they all obviously have unique names. For example, this one is Bloxburg Boulevard, this one is Coeptus Court, and we have a ton of these around the map that actually link to kind of things to do with Roblox or Bloxburg. I have mentioned this in my past two videos, so I'm going to be very brief. For example, this one is Coeptus Court because the creator of Bloxburg was called Coeptus. But if we go over to Riverside, where a few of our next Easter eggs are located, there's another street sign that has kind of more of a relevant name. There's two actually, and this one says Telemon Terrace. Now Telemon is actually John Shadetsky, who is a old Roblox admin and developer. And then if we go all the way up to the highway over here, we have another one which actually says Dominus Highway, and a Dominus is actually a type of very expensive Roblox hat. So yeah, there's a lot of details in kind of like the street signs that I feel like everyone forgets about, but I guess they're not really Easter eggs, they're very much hidden in plain sight. However, we are going to move on to the next few Easter eggs, and these are actually located at the Observatory, which is through this tunnel. So we're going to go through here. The next one is actually one of my favorite Easter eggs in the game of all time. So if you come up here and you actually look at the side of the tunnel, you will see the tiny little noob Easter egg. He has been here for years. He's just a little Roblox noob, or technically maybe Coeptus's avatar, just sat in the corner next to the tunnel. He doesn't really do anything except every December he will move whilst the elf hunt is on, because a lot of people confuse him as an elf. And in the last elf hunt we got, which was in last December, obviously it was the last elf hunt we got in this map. So what they actually did was they ended with him dressed as an elf for the final elf, which was pretty cute. But yeah, that is my favorite Easter egg in the game, little noob. I really hope they put him in the new map, honestly. But the next Easter egg we have is actually inside of the observatory, and it's quite a large one because it's actually a secret room. So if you go in here, hello Dr. Astro Bloxburg, if you go into the library and you go to this bookcase, you can actually open this and it reveals a very dark staircase, which if you go down, it takes you to the moon room. Now what this actually does is if you walk in it, as you can see, I'm walking very slowly, but you can also jump really high because it kind of imitates the moon's gravity. You can see Earth over there, which is pretty cool. So it's a really fun secret spot that was added a couple of years ago with the observatory revamp, and a lot of people kind of forget that it's here. I think it's really fun to kind of jump around. But anyways, that is pretty much all of the Easter eggs in this area. So what we're actually going to do is head back through here and go to the campsite for our next one, because there is actually a very sneaky little Easter egg in the campsite too, which is at the back of the map over here if you actually haven't been there before. So if we head up this dirt road to the campsite and go through here, we're actually going to go all the way to the back of the campsite to the outhouse that is right down here. And if you look inside this, on the back of the door frame at the top, there is actually a tiny little gnome Easter egg, which is so adorable. It's so small. Look how tiny this thing is. It's very cute. This is another thing that people keep getting confused for an elf, but no, it is actually a gnome. And he just kind of chills over here at the back of the campsite, which is very sneaky, but that is the camp Easter egg. Now the rest of the secrets in this map are actually all located either at the beach or the mountains. So we are going to start with the beach. We're just going to go down here. The beach has 3 different Easter eggs. 2 of these are actually in the ocean, and then one of them is actually on the beach itself, or should I say under, because there is actually crabs that pop up along the sand, and these are an Easter egg in themselves. Let me see if I can manage to spot one. They kind of appear every few minutes. There's normally one around this sandcastle. Okay, finally, here is one of the little crabs. Now what they do is they kind of just skittle around and like pick some of the sand like this one's doing here. However, there is a chance that when they pop up, they will actually do something called the crab rape dance. So this is kind of like a little Easter egg, because the crab rape dance, okay, it's popping back under. We didn't get a dancing one. The crab rape dance is actually a dance. Oh my gosh, there's another one. The crab rape dance is actually a dance from the famous music video and song Crab Rave by Noise Storm. And there is a chance that when the crabs pop up, they actually will do this dance like in the music video. However, I can't seem to get one on camera anymore. In one of my old videos, I kind of got a clip of one dancing, but now it seems harder to kind of find ones that will do that for whatever reason. But that is another little Easter egg. Now, before we go in the ocean, I'm quickly just going to park my bike here so it doesn't despawn. However, the next 2 Easter eggs in the ocean are kind of hard to find. Now, the first one's hard to find because it's just randomly in the ocean and it's really hard to kind of spot where it is. The second one's hard to find because it disappears and reappears. However, the first one is actually a SpongeBob Easter egg. Now, what that actually is, somewhere on this side of the ocean, is a pineapple and a sponge, which is meant to be a little kind of tribute to SpongeBob, and it's really hard to find. I found it in my checklist video, I'm pretty sure, and it was somewhere kind of over here. But every single time I try and find it, it's so difficult to see. I just kind of have to like zoom around under here. Let's see. Oh my gosh, wait. No way. Oh my god, it's doing the dance as well. No way we just found the pineapple Easter egg and the crabs doing the crab rave dance. Look at it go. See, I told you it danced. But yeah, this is the pineapple SpongeBob Easter egg. It's just a sponge and a pineapple and apparently a dancing crab under the ocean. It's pretty tricky to spot. I can't believe I got it so quickly. Look at this guy go. They're so adorable. Oh, and they wave goodbye. But yeah, that is the SpongeBob Easter egg just kind of like over here in the ocean. Oh, it's so weird looking at that and it's not got the giant Ferris wheel. Anyways, the next Easter egg is the shell trophy, and that is actually over here near the cliffs, and this is the one that disappears and reappears. You actually have to wait for it to spawn, but if you do manage to see it spawn, you do get the shell trophy Easter egg. And this Easter egg has been in the game for years. I have so many of these now because you can actually get an endless amount, so I do recommend getting one before the map goes, just in case they don't add this in the new map. But it should be around here on the cliffs, kind of this first kind of bit that sticks out. It will spawn somewhere along the sand, and I don't think there's one here. It's normally kind of like in this area it'll pop up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to spawn to kind of show you guys. Okay, it's been like 10 minutes and I can't be bothered to wait anymore, so I'm just gonna play the clip now of when I got it in my checklist video. So as you can see, it will just spawn on the sand, and when you click on it, you get the shell trophy, which will then be put in your inventory and you can place down on your plot, which is super cute. But I can't be bothered to wait for today, so we're just gonna cheat and replay an old clip. But yeah, that is a super cool Easter egg too. They're really cute for like beach house decor, I find. But we are gonna hop back on my motorbike over here and look at the final Easter eggs, which there is like 4 of, I think, and these are all located around the mountain area. Now the first Easter egg is actually one that isn't currently in the game, and that is because it is only added to the game in the Halloween season, which is the skeleton under the bridge. So in the Halloween update, they normally add a skeleton who sits under here in the water under the bridge. I will put a clip on screen or a picture. So that one normally pops up only in October time, so we can't really see it today, but that one is a very sneaky, cool one as well. And the second Easter egg is actually located in the mine. So the Bloxburg cave is actually right over here, and if we go inside, obviously for this job, what you have to do is you have to mine underground in this big square, and what you can do is you can either mine to find this one, or you can cheat and use free cam like what I'm doing. So if we go all the way down here, there is actually this little kind of like crack in the wall, and if you look through this, there is the Tiggs noob Easter egg where a bunch of noobs are worshipping the Tiggs currency here, which is very cute, and I feel like a lot of people forget about this Easter egg, but it's really cute. They are very adorable, but it's very hard to find. I have never actually mined all the way down to find this. I always just look in free cam. Now the last Easter egg, or the last 2 Easter eggs should I say, is actually really hard to get to. So what you actually have to do is go all the way to the top of the mountain, all the way to the top where the gliders are, and this Easter egg is actually the secret decal, which I think is the oldest Easter egg in the entire map. I'm pretty sure it's been in the game since the game opened in 2016. So what you actually have to do to find this one is grab the glider, and I'm gonna show you guys, but I'm not gonna show like all the way. You have to grab this glider and you have to glide all the way to the map wall, all the way on the other side. Okay, here we go. So when you get close, you just want to angle your camera to look up, and then once you're over the top, you can jump down and land on the map boundary. And what you actually have to do now is walk all the way around the entire map until you get to the back of the mountain. And honestly, I don't have time to walk all the way today, so we are going to very quickly do this in free cam. But what you want to do is walk with your character all the way across this entire wall until you get over here to the back of the mountain. And yes, this is pretty much the only way to get to this one, unless you somehow manage to fling yourself to the top of the mountain. But once you get all the way around, it should take you to here, and you should have this view here of the very back of the mountain. And if you look on this side down here, you should be able to see this little gap in the wall, because this is actually where the secret decal is located. So once you get to here, what you can do is you can jump down into this, and then if you go over here, you will be able to find the secret decal, the oh hey decal, which has a picture of a Roblox noob or Coeptus. I actually went all the way around with all my friends yesterday and we took pictures with the decal. It's really fun. However, there was actually another secret Easter egg, or just I guess game secret, which was located in here back in April, and this was the mermaid duck. So when we had the whole April Fool's duck event, there was a secret duck you could get, which would randomly appear right in this corner next to the decal, which had the mermaid duck, and the duck's necklace is actually the little kind of decal face like this. So if you look at the duck, you can actually see that little face on its like necklace, which was kind of a hint to where to find it. But that was another secret you could find in this area, and that is pretty much it. That is every single secret and Easter egg in the original Bloxburg map as of 2025, the day before the map revamp. So this time tomorrow, all of this is going to be gone, which is kind of crazy because of that thing. Let me hop back down here. But that is pretty much it. That is how to find every single Easter egg, which I do recommend doing before the revamp tomorrow. And of course, make sure you go and look at the other 2 videos I mentioned, the checklist and the goodbye video, to make sure you don't miss anything when you go on your final little tour, and to have a look at the map's history. But that is pretty much it for today's video, and I will see you all tomorrow for the meteor event. I will be doing a video on it just like I do with every update. I won't actually be streaming it, because what I do is as soon as it comes out, I immediately record and edit the video and post it as soon as physically possible. So there will be a video pretty much immediately showing the new map and everything. But I will see you guys then. As per usual, all my channel members, nitro boosters and merch buyers will be on screen now. Thank you so much for joining the channel, boosting the Discord server and buying my real life merch. I love you all, and in general, I love you all so much, glossettes. XOXO, Glossy Girl.